Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I made a Charmander themed PC that I'm gonna be flipping for a profit. First we need to remove the cover from the AMD stock cooler that we're going to be using and spray it with orange spray paint. There we go. I've sanded down the cover a bit so the paint will stick better, and we'll be spraying it lightly with multiple coats, so I'm thinking 4 coats should do the job. And this is the coat 1 that will work as a primer. While that's drying, let's unbox our motherboard. It's a A520M S2H micro ATX motherboard from Gigabyte. For this build, we're going to be using a Ryzen 5 3600 CPU that I bought used. But it's used, and as you can see, it has thermal paste all over the place, so it needs a bit of cleaning before installing it on the motherboard. When installing the CPU, make sure the arrows are lined up with each other. Wiggle it in place and then lock it down. The first coat has dried now, and it's time for the second coat. While that's drying again, it's time to install the RAM. We'll be using a 16GB of Corsair Vengeance RGB RAMs with a speed of 2666 MHz. And for storage, we got a 256GB M.2 SSD from SanDisk that we're going to be downloading Windows on for a faster startup, and I'll be adding a 1 terabyte hard drive later for more storage. And the second coat has dried now, and it's time for the third. While that's drying, we need to replace the thermal paste on this graphic card. It's a RTX 2060 that I bought used. That's in a need for a bit of cleaning. The thermal paste was so dry that it was more flakes than paste. As you can see here, it didn't stick to the cloth, so I had to like pick it up. After cleaning the old paste, I applied a good amount of new one and then put it back together. It's still daytime, but it got dark outside real quick. So it's the fourth and hopefully the last coat. And we're going to be applying some of this clear spray paint to make the paint stick better and be more glossy. And this is the power supply we're going to be using. It's a 500 watt power supply that I bought used. And now we're going to be testing the PC before actually installing it in the case. So just waiting for a display here on the screen. And there we go, spinning. You get any picture on the screen? Loading. Oh, blue. There we go. And now for the case, it's a Montex XRTG fish tank style in black, a ATX sized PC case. Now I'm going to be installing these three ARGB fans on top here. And I'm gonna be adding a 1 terabyte of hard drive for more storage because 256 gigabyte is not enough. And the paint has finally dried, and this is the result. I'll put it back together, apply some thermal paste, and install it on the motherboard. And take everything and place it in the case. And as well with the power supply. And then now it's time for the PCU extension cable. That's going to look so good with a spray painted CPU cooler and with a Charmander Funko Pop. So the motherboard don't support the connector for the Type-C on the front panel since it's a budget motherboard. But I bought this adapter from AliExpress that connects to the USB 9-pin connector to make it work. I will leave a link for this adapter in the description down below. So just stick it in the 9-pin connector, and then it will have it will at least make the Type-C and front panel work. Since it's a micro ATX motherboard, the cables are a bit long and messy, but the GPU will cover most of it, at least from above. power it up with a 8-pin do some finishing cable management. Okay, moment of truth. Start this PC up. There we go. Now let's just add the Pokeball and Charmander, and we are done. And then to finish off the build, is Charmander Funko Pop. PC is working, Windows 11 installed, RGB are synced. And to show that this Type-C adapter works, I'm gonna plug this in here to the Type-C port, even though my motherboard don't have a Type-C connector. But with this adapter, you're able to make it work. There, it's charging. So it won't have the same speed as the Type-C, but at least it works. I forgot to install the Wi-Fi card, so I'm doing that now with antennas in the back for solid signal. And here's the list of all the components and the total cost of the build. Thanks for watching. That's all for this video. Please like and subscribe for more future PC builds.